Welcome to this episode of Liberty Creek. On this episode, Jen and I are up here again at the cabin. We just arrived. It's early Saturday morning. Well, it's probably pushing around 10 o'clock now. The sun is out. It's a nice sunny day. I believe it's just in its early 30s. Probably about 32 degrees out right now. I brought up the Katt snowblower that I use in Connecticut. And because the Vermont snowblower kind of bit the dust last time, if you saw the last episode. I'm trying to put my glove on, so I'm moving the camera all over the place. So, anywho, this cabin trip is going to be a quick one. We're staying up here for the night. Sunday morning sometime we'll be out of here. It did snow last night. I do see a lot of heavy wet snow on the pines. It's pulling the branches down. The solar panels pretty much shed themselves. As you can see, I just been out here shoveling. So I started the Katt from the driveway and I started making my path. It wasn't covered too bad. It had about 1.5 inches snow on it since the last time we were up. It's been at least 2 weeks since we've been up at the cabin. Last week we had some things going on. I had to stay home, had a plumbing problem at the house, got that all squared away, and we're back up at the cabin. We're not going to do much. We just wanted to check on the place and shovel, see what's going on. Jen got the cabin started, got a fire going, it's warming it up. I will be let's see, I'll put down a list like I've been in the last couple of videos, kind of like an index of the video of what I rant about, what I rave about, what the topics are, what I'm doing here. And so if you like to skip around in the videos, I'm starting to throw an index up at the beginning, the chapters. You could jump around real quick because some of my videos are an hour long, some of them are only 30 minutes long. I appreciate everybody subscribing lately. My subscribers did have a pretty good boost and a lot more people are watching my videos. I want to thank everyone. And so let's get into it. We're at the cabin. We love it. And here we go. I do have a sled that I pulled the real heavy stuff with back and forth from the driveway. But I didn't bring it with me to the driveway, so I'm too lazy to go get it and come back. So I don't know if I would say I'm too lazy because now I'm carrying a 5-gallon and a 7-gallon bucket back to the cabin, but I should bring my stupid ass sled. That's what it's for. That's it for the trips to the truck. I made a couple others. I don't want to bore you. I'll probably run the snow blower a couple more times down the path. And I did bring the suitcase Honda generator just in case the Predator gives me problems, and because I will have to bring back up to the Predator now without my EcoFlow. Now, I don't know, I have to go back in the videos. I think this is about 2 months. If you're a subscriber or follower of my channel, you know my EcoFlow crapped out on me about 2 months ago. I've had it less than 6 months and it stopped working due to a firmware upgrade. So I had to jump through a bunch of hoops, and the outcome so far is the warranty is only I think it's a 30-day warranty. But because of the circumstances, no fault of my own, they're going to replace my EcoFlow with a brand new unit, not a refurbished. So at this point, they sent me a shipping label. And another reason why I didn't come up to the cabin last weekend was because I had to bring it to FedEx to ship it. Jen cannot pick that thing up. And so I took the weekend off of my schedule, busy schedule up here at the cabin, to go do that. And like I said, I had some plumbing problems at the house, so it worked out. I had to stay home. But as of right now, there's some type of delay, and it still did not make it back to EcoFlow. So as I wait for them to deliver it, then they will ship out my new unit. I'll keep you updated and see how EcoFlow takes care of its customers. So far, I am happy that they first tried to push a refurbish on me, and then I kind of like, you know, told them this is crap. I need to talk to someone, make this right. And then they said, you know, they're going to do this for me, like they're doing me a favor. Like I said, no fault of my own. It was a firmware update that they sent me that made the unit crap out. So that being said, maybe next time I'll bring it up here, or I might just wait for the spring before I start putting it back together. But let me go show you where Jen is and check this out. I have a lot of other topics I'll be ranting and raving about, and for those of you that love the ranting and raving and me running my mouth the whole damn video, but I try to keep up with a little bit of everything that's going on. And I shoveled off these steps and the ice melt. Looks like it's working well. It's popping and snapping. Let me put down our drinks here. All right, check out where Jennifer's chilling. What are you doing in here?
It's like so warm in here. It's weird.
Yeah?
Yeah. What's the thermometer say?
It is, it's beautiful. This is why I wanted to cut down all those trees and give us a little look. That the power shed's going to be moved out of our view come spring. And it is. The sun comes in right here. This is where Pops calls hell, because when we always work on the side of the cabin, he always was all mad, like, oh, it's so damn hot over here, it's hell. Let's see what these things, if they work. Let's see what it says. Yeah, it says, shit. It says this side of the cabin is 70, I don't know, 71 degrees, 72 degrees. Check this out.
Yeah, it's warm over here.
Or is that the humidity level? Oh yeah, that's the humidity level, Jen. It's 34 degrees. I was like, wow, it must be like really somehow reflecting off of the metal roof or something, warming this place up. But it is. I'm starting to sweat. It is really warm over here, but it's 71% humidity over here, and it's 34 degrees. I was gonna say. Yeah, it's nice and comfy in here. It turned out really well. Oh, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. In springtime, when the bug season, this is going to be the spot.
Yeah.
If we want to go outside, because the flies,
They'll kill you.
They'll kill you. For Mother's Day to Father's Day. So, another thing I could give you a quick update about, Jen and I were talking. I got a lot of feedback. One person just posted it up on one of my videos, the concern of fire from the EcoFlow batteries. Now, I researched this, and my people keep these EcoFlows in their house, in their basement, this and that, and it's very safe. That's what the company claims. And I checked all the forms before I went ahead and made the utility room, and I did not find anywhere that said that there was a problem with the EcoFlow batteries catching fire or something. But any type of those lithium batteries you got to be careful about, especially the ones are for those little scooters. They're always burning down someone's house. But it's always in the back of my mind. The main problem is Jen and I aren't here full time. So if something did, out of whatever reason, the problem did happen, I'm not here to be notified by smoke detectors or anything. Someone commented, I forget, so many comments and people that PM me all the time. One of them said, you gotta be careful, because he had an EcoFlow Delta Pro in his house, and all of a sudden, like, someone's yelling at him that they think there's a fire, and he went running and there was a bunch of black smoke just pouring out of it, and I guess he dragged it outside, and it didn't catch fire, I believe he said, but it was just like smoking so bad. And so I asked him, like, maybe he had too many, too many watts going in or something. He said, no, everything was to the specs. So that kind of got us concerned. So maybe next year, and I always wanted to do this, is this year, I'm sorry. This year is close to the cabin here, maybe exactly over here where the where the solar shed is, or not the solar shed, the generator shed. We're going to move the generator shed into the tree line here, facing this way, the exhaust, and maybe build a new structure that looks kind of like the outhouse, and that side will house the EcoFlow, and we'll insulate it and everything. And then I'll have another little spot with like maybe a slanted roof to house the generator. So, and I'll run the outlet that's in this room for the EcoFlow out to the utility little shed out there. And then also there's already one out there for the generator. That may be, well, definitely be safer. I know there's a bunch of other off-grid channels, and all of them have a separate shed for their batteries. But a lot of them that have the EcoFlow do not. These are all the ones that have the lithium batteries. But the EcoFlows, or the ones that you buy from Signature Solar, the big 100 amp hour ones that have the battery rack and stuff, those are supposed to be able to store inside and very safe. But hey, precautions. And then I was also thinking, I already talked about, is the diesel heater. And I'll put a diesel heater on that building and be able to warm it up. But that's maybe in the springtime we'll start working on that. Anything else, Jen? Gonna have a good little weekend here?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. What's on the menu?
Pastina for lunch. Maybe a grilled cheese sandwich. And then you want a cast iron pizza.
So yeah, I didn't have pizza this week, so I want a little pizza. I've been trying to cut back, folks. I don't know if you noticed, but it's a never-ending battle. You know, it seems like I have to starve myself. It goes on so easy. Like I say, I put on 15 pounds in 2 months. From late October, November, December, boom, 15 pounds. I've been struggling with the 15 ever since, and that's because I'm not sticking to the diet. I'm always cheating, but eventually I do it every year. I'll cut 15 pounds and I'll be much better, healthier, feeling better, and so set those goals. Let's make them happen. Start pulling the trigger on that stuff soon. Before July's coming and you're pulling off your shirt, you know, I got this big ass gut hanging over your belt. No one wants to see that shit, okay? Nobody. You know, you don't want people to say, oh, look at this Jen's husband. Look at that slob. I try not to do that to her, but all right, folks, let me get back to work. I got some a little bit more shoveling to do, and yeah, enjoy my day at the cabin doing things. Stay busy. Get off the couch. We might be going out to eat our lunch on the porch. It is now 37 outside and 67 inside the cabin. It's really nice and comfortable. We've been in here for a little bit. Jen's cooking us a little lunch. She made some homemade bread. Check it out. This is like sandwich bread, so this is pretty cool. Check it out. Ooh. So we're having some grilled cheese sandwiches. And what else we having, Jen? Is this thing you keep saying? That
Italian penicillin.
Italian penicillin. I told her I was getting a little bit of a scratchy throat. Brittany, my daughter, and I commute to work together. We don't work at the same company, but we work in the same building. And she was under the weather. She didn't tell me, and we drove to work like twice, and I was like, hey, are you sick? And she's like, yeah, I'm just getting better. I'm like, oh, God. And, you know, I drive to work, she drives home, so we're sharing the same steering wheel and stuff. So I think that I caught a little something. Not as bad as her, but there's something going on. So she told me this weekend she's going to make me this, what is this?
Pastina.
Oh, pastina?
Yeah, but they call it Italian penicillin. It's going to cure you.
I don't even know if I like it, folks. I am a picky guy. But usually when Jen has me for her test subject, I usually end up liking it. But I'm going to give it a try. Also, folks, I want to tell you, I'm not sure if I used it yet, but I want to give a shout out to a YouTube creator called Mickey. And he has a YouTube channel called Critter Creek, if I'm not mistaken. I'll put a link down in the description. I want to give a shout out and a big thank you to Mickey, because since Jen and I started this YouTube channel, I have been in search for a logo for the channel. I tried to make my own. If you go way back in the build series, you'll see a little cabin. I grabbed that somewhere off the internet, and I tweaked it to my own. And you know, I stopped using it. It wasn't nothing great. I reached out to a couple of buddies of mine, see if they would draw me up something, and they said they would. They never did, but that's all right. And you know me, if you follow my channel, you know I'm big into comics. I could draw a little bit, but nothing great. But Mickey is like, he is a, I don't know what he uses, Paint Shop Pro or whatever, a master at it. And he can make some pretty impressive things. And go over to his channel. He has like a whole cartoon series going now. Like every Saturday, I think he reaches out to like a content creator that he likes, or I don't know exactly what he does or who he selects, but he makes a little episode of creating some content about their channel. And go check him out. It's pretty cool. He's a cool guy to sit there and listen to and get his intake on some stuff. And I reached out to him. I was one of his first followers. I don't even know how I ended up on his channel. Maybe because it's Liberty Creek, he's Critter Creek, I don't know. And I started watching him, seeing where it would develop from there. And he took a break for a long period of time. I didn't see him for like 8-9 months. I saw his content was removed and it was back. And then I went on there and he made a couple new episodes. In one of his first episodes, he had like a contest. And if you made a comment, you would get picked and he would draw something for you. And so he ended up, because he's such a small channel at the time, like the 8 people that commented, he said he'll draw something for everyone. So I sent him a comment and said, I never got my drawing. And he reached back out And he said, I'm going to do it for you. I always have time for the community. And he ended up making that icon or that logo for me. And me and Jen are excited about it because we really like it. And I'll have Pops here make us up a couple shirts or something off the design. It's really cool. I like it. And so from this time forward, you'll probably see more of that logo labeling of Liberty Creek. So go check him out. Go subscribe to him. Watch him make other creations and follow some of his content. And so I got to go. I guess we're not eating outside.
No, we can't. I was waiting for you.
So we can eat here. We're going to eat here, and then we're going to probably go sit out, see if the birds are eating my bird seed, hang outside for a little bit, maybe shut the generator off, and we'll go from there. And I'll come back, and maybe we'll find some more topics to yap about, and I'll share my opinions and views, and if you don't like them, that's when you shut off the video, or don't subscribe, or do whatever you want to do. And I'll get back to you. I have a bunch of stuff I always complain about. You'll hear about it later. All right, let me get out of my way. Listen, let me try this. I'll let you know how it is. This looks like that. What is it? Couscous crap that I don't like?
No, it's pastina.
What's that
pastas.
stuff called?
Yeah, couscous. Yeah.
Couscous?
Yeah.
Oh, I see a box of this. I never had it before. It's just pasta.
Yeah, they're just little baby pastas.
Oh, I've tasted the cheese you put all over it. What is this, like a broth with just pasta?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you got to make the broth. You boil the onions and the carrots and the celery.
Oh,
and
is
then,
that what you were making?
Yeah, and then you puree all the vegetables into the broth. So it's smooth.
It's Neil approved. It's good. It's good, folks.
It's good if you have, like, if you're sick.
If you're sick? Oh, yeah. Kind of reminds me of, like, I don't know, the only other thing I ever ate like this would be like a porridge or like a oatmeal kind of texture, but like a chicken noodle broth taste to it.
That's what it is. Yeah. It's chicken noodle broth.
And with little tiny spots of pasta. Good to go. Jen's bread. Good lunch. Thanks, Jen.
You're welcome.
Perfect.
The hell are piles?
How much that one? 12. The branches. See?
What's wrong with the branches? They're glowing.
No, I see how much they're pushed down behind the big tree by the shed.
Oh, yeah. That one's not getting a lot of sun, so snow's staying
Oh,
on
the
top.
birds.
There's icicles on the Christmas tree. That's so cool. You see
That
it?
one? Yeah. If you look way up top, they got those. Some
It's
of them
just
are
like-
in house, like bubbled. Remember you took those pictures?
Oh yeah, I love that. It's like, how you buy the icicles. I always thought that was weird. Like, do icicles really form on trees like that? When you're doing a Christmas tree? I guess so. Look at it.
The birds are eating the seed. We can watch them right here. Deborah's talking about there's icicles forming on the pine tree.
Yeah.
Up top, you look way up top at some of these trees, is every single branch and every single a needle, on it is like encased in a little like ice cube. It's like bubbled. It's pretty cool. Another thing we were just talking about. Jen says, sit on the cushion. And she said, you'll get piles. I told her, what the hell's a pile? When I was a kid, I remember my parents and older generation always saying that. You'll get piles. So I asked her, what the hell does that mean? She said the same thing. I don't know. They used to say that. Her grandmother used to say that. I think you might end up getting hemorrhoids or something. You sit on rocks or something. I don't know. It's a mystery. If you know, put it down in the comments, especially some of my older followers. I know what this terminology means. We've always said it, and we really don't know what it means. You'll get piles. It's got to be hemorrhoids. I'm betting hemorrhoids.
Yeah, I that's what I assumed. I didn't know what it was when I was a kid. I was just like, oh, I'm gonna jump off the stone wall.
I've never heard referred to that. Little birdies.
Yeah, they happen. You gotta get that branch off the top.
What?
The branch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's all right. It's not hooked up to anything.
I know.
We killed the generator. We're not in the house. We're not doing anything else. So nice. I mean, it's a little chilly, but wow. If you look, I think I might have put the shot up already. The tops of all the trees are just like glistening.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty. I wish I could have put a little bit more pitch on this roof so it would have came off, because it would have came off by now. But I couldn't. It would have been impossible, because I had to go into the top plate of the wall, and that's as high as it could go, and I would have to bring down the front. And I did it by, if you go back to that video, I did it by my height. I'm 6 foot, so I wanted a little room. I didn't want it to have me like here, you know. So that's why I ended up with this pitch. This pitch was designed for me. So if you're like 6.5 feet, you might come up the steps and get knocked out. In the future, I just subscribed to. Do you remember their names? Off Grid with Chris and Christy. I don't. They're probably new, or maybe they've been around for a little bit, but they have a beautiful piece of property. I just stumbled across them. They have a beautiful piece of property. I don't know how many acres, but it looks like maybe like 100 acres or more. And they had to build their own road in, and it used to be like a some type of prayer camp. So they have this beautiful rec cabin that used to have like where the kids would go and do whatever. Rec center, yeah. Mm-hmm. And has this big fire, not wood burner stove, like a big 55-gallon drum. You know how they convert those into
wood burning stove.
Wood burner stove, yeah. And I think that's awesome. I would love to have something like that here. And I'll put a pool table in it, put a little bar. Maybe not insulated and stuff like that. It'll just be for the warmer months, and that would be awesome. I don't know if I'll ever get around to it, but have something maybe about 16 by 16 or something like that. A nice area that you can walk around a pool table without hitting the walls. But right now, everything's too much money to start a build like that. Even though you're not turning into a living area, it's just be like an outbuilding. That is, but I would love to someday. I got a lot of other things on my plate. They have a nice little cabin.
And they just put a single wide.
Yeah, and they just put a single wide. So they were kind of like me, like off-grid weekends, and now they're full-time. And he's a handy guy. It looks like he does everything. They actually have their own plow. They have to plow their own road. They got one of those big utility trucks with the plow on it. And it's pretty cool. I watched about maybe 8 episodes
they're
already.
They're up in Canada.
Yeah, they're in Canada. Our neighbors to the north. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. They're right on a lake. Yeah, cool. All right. Let's see. All right, I got a rant I'll share with you. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, some of you look forward to my rants. So this rant is about Hollywood, okay? I could really give 2 craps of anybody's opinion about politics or anything from anybody from Hollywood. But recently, I was listening to Katt Williams. I do podcasts sometimes back and forth to work. And Katt kind of like threw everybody under the bus, telling how the industry is all messed up and who's a sellout and all this nonsense. And I was telling my buddy at work, we were talking about it because, you know, if you do anything on social media, it's all in your face, and that's all they've been talking about. But what I find funny is I told my friend, you know, I like Katt Williams' comedy, and I like him even better because he's a Marine. And my buddy said, he's not a Marine. Yeah, he's a Marine. I heard him say he's a Marine. I was watching a video. He said he was a Marine. I always remember who's a Marine, especially actors. They're the only ones that I care about when they talk about politics or anything. They earn their right to have their say. That's how I look at it. If you look at it differently, that's on you. But that's how I look at it. I hate these people say, "Oh, I'll tell you what I think," and blah 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 blah, because my dad served, and I don't care. That was your dad. I don't care. You haven't done anything. You know, entertain us. I don't need to hear your political views. But anyway, let's get past that. But my buddy's like, "No, I'm pretty sure he wasn't." So I did some research, and I cannot find anywhere that said that he actually joined the Marine Corps. Every Marine knows, all the actors. I mean, you're taught this stuff in boot camp, who was a Marine. And there's some famous Marines. I could start putting some up on the screen right now. And it's amazing. Like, you wouldn't even know if you didn't go and search it out, unless you're a Marine. Marines know because they're taught in boot camp who is a Marine. Now, the funny thing about Katt Williams, I Googled it and I went on YouTube and I found a person, probably a Marine, that made a video, and it was asking the same question: is Katt Williams a Marine? And he put together about 8 different clips that he's claiming that he was a Marine. Basically, you become a Marine once you graduate Parris Island, because that's where they make real Marines. I don't know about that West Coast place, but anyway. Basically, he states that he tried joining the Marine Corps at like 13, 14 years old, and he was too young. So then he traveled around the world, or America or something, and then he came back, and then he joined the United States Marines at 16. At 16, he went through boot camp at Camp Lejeune. And then he graduated, and they found out he was only 16. So he went through the ceremony, and everybody knows the ceremony is what makes you a Marine. You go through and you earn your Eagle Globe and Anchor. I don't care if you're 12 years old, if you got away with it. You earn that Eagle Globe and Anchor, you're a Marine for life. But basically, in this day and age, you hear tons of stories back in World War II, even Vietnam probably, that people slipped through the cracks. They wanted to go fight, they lied, they had their parents sign them up or whatever, and they ended up serving and becoming a Marine. The problem with nowadays, I'm about the same age as Katt. You have to go through MEPS. You go up to a place, if you live around me in Massachusetts, you got to take the ASVAB test, you got to go through you jump through so many hoops, you go for medical and stuff. Now, if you know what Katt Williams looks like, I could just imagine what this guy looked at like at 16. He didn't look like no man. I'm sure he would have been questioned if he was going through boot camp. Now, so once you start hearing the stories, what he was saying, and some of the terminology and some of the things that he said, does not add up at all. And I'm telling you, he claimed this on like 10 different videos, that he was a Marine and he did this in the Marine Corps, and he got hurt in the Marine Corps, and he served over here and he served over there, but it always came back to that he kicked them out because he was underage. There's no way in this day and age, even when he went through boot camp, he would have got in being underage, went through boot camp, graduated boot camp, and then was turned away. That didn't happen. Absolutely not. Did not happen. So, again, you don't go to boot camp at Camp Lejeune. He says Camp Lejeune. He's talking about the East Coast. Everybody knows Parris Island is where they make Marines. He did not go. He was not a Marine. And he says other things too. And it's just like, if you're a Marine, you know. You're like, what is he talking about? that being said, the moral story is, I know he's lying. Absolutely. And every Marine knows he's lying. I found a Marine Corps Facebook page or something. I was reading it. They were all putting stuff, and every single person if you smell the bullshit. For some reason, there are people out there, and I don't know why. I have a couple friends also wanted to always become a police officer. So they never became a police officer. But they go around telling people they were a police officer. That at the beginning of this video, I told you I had some plumbing problems. So I knew a guy a while ago that tried to become a police officer, and he didn't make it. He tried several different times. He's just not good test taker. He did not make a police officer. But I found out because basically he worked for a place, and he goes around telling people that he was a police officer. And then it's a awkward situation when you're engaging with someone that knows this guy, and he's like, oh yeah, he was a cop. Did you know him when he was a cop? And I was like, when did he become a police officer? I thought from when I knew him, he started working here. And they were like, oh no, he was a cop in blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, he wasn't. He wanted to be a cop. I don't know why people do that. Now you put me in an awkward, should I lie because I don't want to. So usually I just call people out. I'm like, no, he wasn't a cop. And I told him the same thing. I don't know why he always wanted to be a cop, but he never became a cop. Stop. If your life's not that exciting, go out and get a hobby, do something. Stop lying. Stop lying. Go become a cop. Keep trying to become a cop. Or if you give up on it, go do something else. Be proud of what you do. Don't go around and, lying. I can't stand it. I know a lot of guys. I knew a couple guys that were in the Marine Corps with me and did not go when they were called upon to go overseas and fight. They backed out one way or another. They backed out. They came up with something. They were injured. They had the option because they just came back from a deployment. They were like, no, I'm not going on this one. But again, I know two of them that go around saying, oh yeah, I was in Iraq. Oh yeah, I'm a combat vet. Oh, you should have went if you want to. That's something you don't go around bragging about ever. You had the choice. You pussed out. Own up to it. Don't talk about it no more. Yeah, that being said, that's my story of Katt Williams. Once you know someone's lying at something, all the other things that you say, there's always doubt, even if you're telling the truth. So I guess this rant's about telling the truth. Tell the truth. Don't be a liar. Once people call you out, they will never trust you again. And anything you say, they will always think it's a lie. Okay, I just came in from outside. I sat on that porch for about a good hour. And then I didn't want to come in because, I don't know, I know I'm going to be stuck in the cabin for the rest of the night and I want to enjoy some fresh air. So then I moved to the screening porch for another hour. I sat out there. It wasn't too bad because I had my my electric jacket, and I had a blanket on the porch, and I just put it around my legs and just sat out there. It was nice watching all the little birds and stuff, just chilling while my wifey over here left me. She left me about a good 20 minutes into it, and she came in here where it's nice and cozy and nice and warm. But I said 5 o'clock's my goal. 5 o'clock I'm gonna come inside. It is 71 in the cabin, okay? So going just from right now, it's 28 degrees outside. So sitting outside at 28 degrees and coming in here at 71, whoo, it is cozy in here. I just turned on the mega lights just to film this. But I think what we're going to do, we're going to hang out in the cabin the rest of the night. Turn some TV on, see if we can find something to watch. It's harder and harder to watch things on television, folks. Again, me and Jen really don't watch crazy amounts of television. We watch a lot of YouTube, but what kills me the other day, I turn on Amazon, and guess what? Amazon now wants something like another $2.99 a month to stay ad-free. So Jen's over there playing on her electronic devices. She just read a book on her Nook. Is that a Nook? Kindle. On a Kindle. She just finished it. She's going to tell me the ending now. She told me the whole story before. It was an interesting book. So Jen used to be a bookworm. She's a nerd. Before, she used to have not a flip phone. Did you have a flip phone forever? Because she never, ever did any social media up to about, I would say, like, I don't know, 3 years ago. She never did. But she always had a Kindle. And before the Kindle was a book. This girl had so many damn books. I think we do? Donate them all or something? We gave them away? Oh, you used to have that bookstore. She used to bring them to this bookstore and trade for more books. And she was always reading books. Most of you always have your face in your phone. And that's what you do. Jen, she used to always have her face in a book 24/7. As much as you have your face in that phone or on that computer, she had her face in a book all the time, reading these books. Now she went to Kindle, and now she caught the Facebook or the internet bug. Now her face is always in the damn phone. And she kills me because I'm just going on a rant because I don't have much content for you this time, folks. This girl, all the time, she wants that TV on or YouTube or something. She puts something on. I'm on my computer editing a video or something. I'll turn around. She's on her phone. We're watching something she selected. And I said, "You watching this?" "Yeah, I'm watching this." I'd keep looking over. She's constantly looking down at her phone. I don't know what the hell she does on her phone. Always on her phone now.
I can multitask.
Multitasking. Yeah, we're talking about that. Not many people can multitask. My wife can multitask. Do 5 things at once. All right, that's it for this rant and rave. And we're going to go see what we can find on TV here or watch a movie. So I'm watching The Beekeeper. It's pretty good. It's not super over the top so far. But basically, the trailer of the movie is the movie. Pretty much you could fill in all the empty spaces that you don't get from the trailer. You kind of know it's this same movie that's been done over and over and over and over again. But better than anything else I've been watching lately. Mrs. Huxtable from The Cosby Show is in it. I haven't seen her for years. I haven't seen her. So what's that? Yeah, she looked good too. So this is what Jen's over here making.
With the extra.
That's with the extra pizza dough. Jen's making some fried dough. And down here, oh, there it is, folks. Looking good. So I'll be eating my pizza soon. I'm missing some good action part. Nah, this looking a little over the top. Oh, God. Everything's got to be John Wick style now. Slow it down. Pump the brakes. Okay, he could play a John Wick, but all these bad guys, this lady looks like she's straight out of some 1980 punk rock MTV video show. She just pulled out a .50 caliber out of her back of her pickup truck. That is a Gatling gun. Oh my God. All right. Oh God. It was going good. I kind of enjoyed it. Now it's just way over the top. Okay, anyway, let me go watch The Beekeeper / John Wick wannabe and eat my pizza. All right, I'll let you know. See you later. So it's Sunday morning, and I have to go start the generator because my EcoFlow's not here. You see my my overhang? Next time I come up, I might try to take some of that down. This side sheds. The pitch of the roof is like the first pitch that sheds by itself. And you come out here, we warm it up a little bit more inside, and the sun comes out. This lets go. That's why there's a pile right here. It just all lets go. That's a lot of weight. I moved my Starlink over there, so it won't take it out, hopefully. So far it hasn't for the last couple of years, but I'm out here now. I'm gonna start the generator. Battery's heavy. 1,887 hours, and that thing's still running strong. That is an awesome generator for the money. With my little, how I rigged this up, the solar panel doesn't end up on the ground any longer. This is what I did. I took a piece of electric wiring, wrapped around this Home Depot bucket in the legs so the wind don't take it, because I was having that problem. Every time I came up, it was on the ground.
A few hours later.
Going to go shut down the generator because we're prepping to go home. Packing up the truck, getting ready to split. It's around probably a little after 10:30, I think. And let me shut this off. I have one little announcement. Nothing big. Nice and quiet. Love it up here. So Jen and I were just discussing, we have our Facebook page, and recently over the last 2 episodes of Liberty Creek, it has exploded. We have had so many new subscribers or members come aboard our Facebook channel, but the Facebook channel is becoming a little bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. The problem that we're having is all these people that are joining our Facebook channel lately, looks like they're all bots. I don't know how, but every time I go on, I got like 10 new members. I go ahead and accept their membership, thinking that more people will comment on the pictures we post, stuff like that. And it's not. Everybody is blowing up my instant messenger on that thing, PMing me constantly. And it's all just garbage. It's bots. It's just, you know, like my, what are those things called? Fans only type stuff. And it's just too much. I mean, Jen and I do moderate the Facebook page together, and it's just constantly our phones are dinging. There's a message. We go on there, and it's just all garbage. And there is no new comments. Once in a while, someone will comment something on a picture we post or something, but it's always the same people. So we're really not, we're expanding, but expanding a headache, because it's not the actual subscribers, I don't believe. So that being said, we may step back from that. We may go like Instagram or something, just straight pictures, and continue with the YouTube. And if you want to leave us comments, leave them in the YouTube videos that we post. It will probably be a lot easier. Maybe in the future we'll try again. I'm not sure when I'm going to, you know, if I'm going to just close the page for a while. I'm not going to delete it. I'm just going to close it for a while, give all that a break, because it's just too much. We got too much going on right now in our lives, and I don't know, Facebook is ridiculous lately. It's like constantly chiming away. We're checking on it too much, and it's just all garbage. Or you know, I just don't get it. People need to get a new hobby. So if you need to interact with us on our comments on the videos. We're going to steer clear, and I'll probably post up if we start an Instagram page. Maybe that would be more of a better pace for our channel, because that's all we do. If you go back on our Facebook, we just share pictures of us here on the weekend, and you know, basically a preview of what the next video is going to be about. And we get comments, but really nothing, not as much interaction I thought we would get from our viewers or our subscribers. So it'll just be better for Jenn and I not have to bother with another social platform, because we really don't care for the way it's working with all the bots and all the constant fake people reaching out, and you know, people trying to post on there that we have to okay it, and it's just a pain. Just there's so many crazy people out there. So with that being said, that's the end of that little rant. But you'll see that if you are a subscriber or you just became a friend of ours on our Facebook page, you'll know what's going on, and leave it there. Maybe we'll try to in the future go back on it and see if it's still crazy with all these. I don't know, or maybe I'll play with the settings and like try to shut it down to make sure I'm only getting our subscribers, because right now I think it's just open to everybody, and I think maybe that's the problem. I don't know, but yeah. But we're at the end of the video, of course, folks. You know how we end, and we'll probably be up here next weekend. I wish there was more content I could give you besides me chatting and yapping, but really we just came on up here to check on the place, spend the night together. Up here is so beautiful. The birds are everywhere, and that's pretty much it. We can't really do anything. There's too much snow. The big plans are coming up this year. We already went over some of the things we plan on doing, so stick around and see how all that stuff turns out. I'm sure it's going to be good. As you know, if you're a subscriber, we set our mind to something, we put it on paper, and we make it actually happen, because we're not sitting on that couch just watching YouTube. We are out here doing it and then enjoying it. And that being said, I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, give me that thumbs up, all that stuff. We truly do appreciate it, and we do appreciate all our subscribers. I say it every time, and you guys motivate me, make it worthwhile that I stay on YouTube, and you get to hear me run my mouth every couple weeks and see where we are at our adventure up at the cabin in Vermont. All right, I'll see you on the next one, everyone. Stay blessed. Thank you. Peace.